Hello, everybody. Hello, Mimi. Mimi. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. All are welcome. Feels like we're in a poltergeist movie, doesn't it? Step into the light. All are welcome. All right. I thought I shut this all off, obviously. My phone is saying, yes, step into the light. All are welcome. Come on, Danny. How's this Mercury retrograde doing for everybody? It's given me a little shake up. It's all good. It's all good. As I'm trying to... Come on. I'm looking at my phone to try to see if I can actually set some monitors for this. I don't know. I'm going to forget about it. All right. So we got some things to go to. What a crazy, crazy week, yay? Really nuts. I'm just like... It feels to me like when I listen to some of the podcasts that I like to listen to. You all know Heather Cox Richardson is one, Joyce Vance is another. When I listened to Heather yesterday, I just felt, I'm like, oh my gosh, are we going backwards? I thought we were kind of getting out of this. Hey, Judy, good to see you. Oh, uh-oh, now what I do? I hit something. There you are. Can I? Hey, I want to try something, so just bear with me 1 second, if you will. I don't know. I don't know how to do this. Okay, never mind. Okay. Anyway, it just feels like we're going backwards in time with this administration. I thought we were moving up. I thought we were getting a little reprieve, and maybe it's because I went on vacation and I turned off the news for 2 weeks. Maybe that was it. But I just went, oh my gosh, we're going back. Hello, Annie Bear. Hey, don't leave just yet because I will. I'm going to throw some non-political cards in 2 seconds, and then you can leave. Say hello to Annie Bear, everybody. She does these great meditations, and if you haven't checked out her channel, please do. She says, I have to post a premiere and then enter it. I went back and added some mods to the comments. I could do that, but yeah, it's weird. You can't do it when you're live streaming. Anyway, before we get into the current events, where it seems like we're going backwards in time, we can feel this energy that is shifting the whole planet. We've got huge solar storms. We have lightning strikes everywhere. I was listening to Pam Gregory and Stefan Burns. And I can listen to Stefan for about 10 minutes and he goes right over my head. But I actually listened to his last podcast because he was talking about all the major earthquakes. And since I live in California and I live right next to a nuclear power plant, and they just happened to build that nuclear power plant on a fault line. Don't worry, though. They retrofitted the power plant so it could withstand the earthquake that they think might hit. Like, oh my gosh. I've I lived through the Northridge earthquake. Scientists have no idea. They have no clue. Anyway, so we're being hit with a lot of things, a lot of storms, a lot of solar activity, a lot of lightning storms. Lightning, when it hits the ground, it cleans the earth. And so because of all this electrical charge that's coming at us, these solar storms, not only is the earth getting a new awareness, but we are too. So, I thought, what better way, because I feel like I'm like swimming in a sea of I don't know what. I go, I think I got it. I am on the path. I know where I'm going. And then it's like, oh, geez, where's the path? So I am going to be using my enchanted map deck from Colette Baron Reed. And let's just see what the cards have to say about this charting of our paths that we need to go on. When in Florida, the lightning hit a road and created a deep hole. Interesting. What are you going to fill? What are you going to fill that hole with? You get to fill it with something. Don't try to make a reflecting pool out of it. Don't do that. Sorry, Annie Bear, I went there. Sorry. Okay. Let's see what the enchanted map deck has to say. Very first card. Oh yeah. Here we go. Dry desert. Oh yeah. So when I look at this card, the thing that comes to mind with this dry desert, I pop into, and I am not religious with this, although I did grow up in a Catholic household, Catholic schools. This card reminds me of 40 days, 40 nights in the desert. And I went, oh, what day are we on now? But it reminds us to go out and tap into our aloneness. Does that make sense? I don't know why that word popped out. But just be alone and tap into the energies of the universe. And heal the ouch. Oh my gosh, yes. Heal the ouch. Sometimes we just need to take a break and and realize that, yeah, it's time for us. It's time to take care of our inner selves. And it's okay. It's okay if we say, you know what, I gotta pay attention to me, not so much. We as energetic light workers and healers, so many of us are healers, that when we start putting out, we forget ourselves, and it's important for us to clear our chakras and to make sure that they are all spinning in the right way and that they haven't connected and picked up any negative stuff along the road as we are working to heal others. And I'm going to pull 6 cards here. We get the Golden Palace. This is interesting because it makes me want to go into politic lands with what Pumpkinhead is doing with the White House. But I won't, because Annie Bear's still here. So thank you for keeping me on track. This Golden Palace is sometimes we stay in our own little world, and maybe that's a good thing. and maybe it's not a good thing. Maybe we're being delusional as to where we are. I'm not sure how that fits with this heal the ouch when I just said, hey, it's okay to take care of yourself. Maybe it's okay to make sure your heart is the golden palace. But it could have a double meaning, this golden palace, that where it's just a little too opulent and you're not really living in reality, or pay attention, with this other card, pay attention to your heart. Okay, 3 more, if I can get my hands to work. Pay attention, wishing well, pay attention to your intentions. What do you want to create? What do you want to let go of? When's the new moon? It's coming up, I think. Great time to reset, to let things go, bring things in with your intentions, because we are dropping into the unknown. Hey, Colette Baron Reed, I picked this deck for a map, not to say, oh, you're going into the unknown. Okay, last card. Cleaning house. I love this card. Not that I do it well, but I love this card because when you clean your house, and Mercury retrograde is great to be cleaning house, we get to fill it up with other stuff. We're getting rid of the old stuff and bringing in some new stuff. Or we just keep it minimalistic. I think there's pluses and minuses for each one. Okay. Annie Bear, she's alone while her hubby is on a trip. Okay. Yeah. Awesome. Okay. Oopsie deck. Yeah, it's a back to a basics kind of vibe, I think. We're really being showed a new earth and a new way of being. And I keep thinking, I grabbed this by mistake. I was thinking of something else. So we're going to grab a little work your light energy to get back to, excuse me, some basic energies. Was listening to some galactic podcasts. Oh, who was it? It was, do you guys watch The Diary of a CEO? So he had Neil Tyson DeGrasse in. Okay. I'm looking at the chat and I got to go back to what Annie Bear said. Annie Bear, are you talking about that parasite that's hitting people in Florida with everyone wash your fruits and veggies really well? Hey, Nancy. If so, that parasite's really kind of nasty and it can last a long time. I think my sister has it. My wife may have it. It comes and goes. You can do a certain type of biotic. It's just not the regular one. So I know some people in their medicine cabinet that have old medicines that they keep around, and they'll go, well, I'll just take this old antibiotic, and that may not work. So, go talk to your doctor, Dr. Google, AI, and see what kind of antibiotics you need if you're having those symptoms. Okay. Oh, Nancy's got her last vacation day. Yay. Well, not yay. I wish it would go on forever, but you're doing great water work. So anyway, let's move into, we're breaking into this new awareness. Neil Tyson DeGrassi was even talking about it in the diary of the CEO was interviewing him, and he was talking about aliens, and he was talking about just a lot about disclosure and our galactic's real and our galactic's religious figures and we're just shifting, and it's going to happen so fast. I don't care what the enchanted map deck says. Dry desert, 40 days, 40 nights. There was a star that was 1,300 light years away that ate a planet. They just saw that on a telescope. That doesn't compute in my brain, but I'm like, ooh, just gobbled up a planet. Could that happen to us? Anyway, let's see. As we are moving into this new energy of dealing with cleaning house, dealing with healing the ouch, dealing with dropping into our golden palace and saying, I need to take care of myself. How are we able to be light workers and way showers at that time when we are stepping back a little bit? And what I heard when I asked that to myself was that the way we do it is by stepping back. The way we show, the way we stay way showers and light workers is that we do step back and we do tell people, I got to step back. It's okay. Let's see what the Work Your Light has to say. And then just one. And I don't know if you can see this. Pillar of light. Your vibration is rising. You are the oracle. That's all. I don't need any more. That's it. That's what we are as we move forward. All right. As much as I hate to do this, I'm going to try to keep it as light as possible. Bye, Annie Bear. We're going to get into current events. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. So yeah, Annie Bear was saying, yep, 1,000 people in Wisconsin, down in Texas. There's it. I looked at that, and at first they said, when they're looking at these health issues, go to the CDC and check their website. And I'm going, can we trust anything that the government is sending us now? And I feel like I'm back in the 60s again, where I don't trust the government at all. Okay, not well. In the 60s, I did. In the 70s, that's when I started smoking pot and saying, no, I don't trust the government. Did I say that out loud? Anyway, it feels like I'm back there again. And so where do you go? And this is like we're shifting time streams again. I remember doing a couple of readings a couple of years back where we talked about, and I don't even know if I'm going to get to politics, but we went to, we were talking about the new earth changes. And I was saying that there's going to be, we're going to have different housing available to us, or our housing is going to be different. Our finances are going to be different. Our food systems everything's going to shift and be different. And I even said, our housing shortage, we may need to, jump in a van. And that is a good way to at least have some housing. And last night I just watched the movie Nomad. And my wife goes, if I were to die, would you jump in your van and just be a nomad? And I went, I don't know if I could, but a lot of people can. A lot of people do. And if I had to, I would. The other thing too is that I see in the comments is that so many of our daily expenses, of our housing expenses, are rising. And in that, our insurance is going up, property taxes are going up. It's becoming harder and harder to keep the house that we have. And maybe it's time to figure out a rental type situation. And I know that there will be a lot of pushback on the rental type situation. However, there's always something that will keep us from moving forward. Thinking of that golden palace. No, I'm not gonna go outside my comfort zone. But then we find out that it's so much better when we're outside our comfort zone, and we find out that it really wasn't that scary at all. We have to clean house to make room for somebody else to come in. Maybe, who knows? Okay. Let me see. So, okay. Hey, Viviani. All right. Hey, I got lots of monitors now. Yay, 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 yay. And I did even slow up because I haven't been doing lives a lot. So I did slow up the comments so people couldn't, because last video I had a couple of people that were just going bam, 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 bam. It's like, okay, somebody was complaining. So anyway, I don't know why I said that. Let's go into current events. Things are shifting. We need to adjust. And that's all I'm going to say about that for now. All right. So we always Pumpkinhead always gives us a surprise on Friday. So any surprises? What is the surprise that we may get? What is the surprise that we may get? See if I can pick it up on Friday. It's just, it's just insanity when you think back on that last week, what has transpired with NATO. I'm like, what? Clearly, this guy is not fit to be in any leadership role. I mean, his dementia is just cray-cray. I mean, it's off the charts, it seems like. He calls Japan the Islamic Republic. He calls Zelensky Putin. I mean, what was Zelensky thinking? Like, what? He tells his, the Secretary of Commerce, stop doing business with Spain. I don't like him anymore. Like, jeez. And then, of course, Iran. War, not war. War, not war. Okay, what is the surprise? The Friday surprise. What is the Friday surprise? Okay, that one wanted to pop out. Oof. Ow. Ten of Swords. Ow. This is my White Newman deck. Tennis. I wish I would have used my Wicked Moon Tarot because in the Ten of Swords here, got swords stuck in a cake. And you get to pick out a sword and have a slice of cake. This one, not so much. Stuck. What is the surprise? What is the surprise? And I probably should use a coming together. Two of Cups. Hey, could we have a good surprise? I was thinking, oh, we're going to have a bad surprise, getting stabbed in the back. But now it's like, ooh, we may have a good surprise coming. Yes, good surprise, White Newman. This is all about bringing joy and positivity and higher vibe stuff. Annie Bear, you still here? Higher vibe stuff. Okay, she's probably gone. I wouldn't blame her. But higher vibe stuff. So we've been stabbed in the back. It's time for us to come together. I heard this on Heather's channel. She goes, now's the time that we call our representatives, especially the Republican representatives, and say, if you ever want me to vote Republican, if you ever did, again, and maybe you can say that, a little white lie, a little White Newman lie, if you could, and say, you've got to like rein in this guy. He is clearly has dementia. I don't know, see if that works. Probably won't, but we'll see. We get new information coming with the Queen of Wands. We get movement with the Chariot. Wow. We get a new truth with the Ace of Swords. What's the surprise? It's positive. It is positive. Last, was it Wednesday? I did a reading on the Iran conflict, and I said, how is this going to end? Goes back and forth, back and forth. And I pulled 3 cards, and the last card I pulled was the Minor Arcana on a live card, the 4 of Swords. I go, it ends with somebody exiting. And this one is an exit card, moving on. So we get some really positive information with this Queen of Wands. New truth. This could be new military action, but I'm not really seeing it because it seems like it's, it's with the Chariot that they're moving away from it. Let's see if we can clarify the Ace of Swords. I'm not getting more conflict. What I'm getting is people reaching for power in a power vacuum. Does that make sense? So if somebody leaves, and you go back to the UN, where Trump is disparaging and being such a butthead to all the other world leaders. There's no diplomacy there at all. And he doesn't even try. There's going to be a power vacuum, and that's where I see this card. And you can see everyone reaching for the Ace of Swords. So clearly, when the U.S. was the power, and when we had good leaders that were keeping a lid, for the most part, on some of the military aspects, for the most part. And I keep hearing, they didn't do a good job. No, they didn't. Bush didn't do a good job. I don't know if Obama did. But anyway, I think there's going to be all the UN members now are building up their military, and I don't see that as a positive. But some people talk about how if you have weapons of that, if you have big weapons, that could be a deterrent to attack. So, like, if Iran had a nuclear weapon, would the U.S. feel so emboldened to attack them? I go, that's just flipping backwards. That's, yeah, that's just me. That's just me. All right, all right. Hello, Alice. Hello, Rossi. Oh, and Nancy's here. She got some joyful news from your Paxton and crew finally broke them. Oh, yay. Yay, yay, yay. I think all the Republican precinct chairs are supporting young JP candidate. Yay. All right. Cool, cool, cool. Okay, so. Peace, please, has gold polish on her toes. Yes, so do I. No judgment. I hear some of you guys judging me. I can have nice toenails. Hey. Say hello to Psychic Duck, everybody. Hello, everybody. Can we talk politics? No. Come on. No. Come on. No. What do you want to talk about? The reflecting pool. Psychic Duck is taking over, wants to talk about the reflecting pool. The craziness that's going on in Washington. So Trump is now redoing the pillars to the White House because of door dings. He's got an Iran war, off and again, that he's talking about. Oh, yeah. Hey, Judy, bring me coffee. Okay, so let's talk about justice. In DC, Trump is doing all this stuff against certain laws, but Jeannie Pirro's on the case, and she has found. Ooh, I just blinked. Oh, before I leave the New Earth things going on, please double check your first aid kits. Double check your grab and go box. Get what would you do if you were out of power for 3 days? People are talking about 3 days of darkness. Stephen Burns said, my power went out for 3 days. And so he went and got, some solar generators, which are big backup batteries. And he can afford that. They're kind of expensive. But what you can afford, what most people can anyway, is the little battery packs that'll power your phone, that'll recharge your phone for a day or two. Turn on some of those solar lights that have the battery packs in. I think they're like $12 or something. Hand cranked radios. I can't tell you how comforting it is to have somebody talk to you through the airwaves when you're in a big disaster. It's so comforting. Okay. Getting back to the reflecting pool. Jeannie Pirro. She's on a newsreel, and she's talking to the cameras, and she's using all the Fox inflammatory words like a newscaster would use when she's talking about prosecuting this ex-Olympian. And then I read, which I didn't know about, There were a group of rebels, Mad Max rebels, that as soon as the reflecting pool was covered, they drove their big fat SUVs on the reflecting pool. And I'm going, Jeannie, where are those guys? Why aren't you getting them? Oh yeah, that was the president. He drove his motorcade. His motorcade, the 20,000 pound beast, is the one he was sitting in to haul his fat ass around in the reflecting pool. I didn't know that. I'm like, I was on vacation. I'm like, really? Really? I'm not the smartest tool in the box, but even I know after you like redo a pool, you don't drive your SUV in it. Not that you could. He took his whole motorcade down there. What? So I can just see how this is going to play out in court. And the defense attorney has got to be having it. I mean, he must be going, bring it on. Oh, Jeannie. She's like going, let me have another drink. I'll get in there. All right. I do have notes, but we're rambling. We are rambling. Anything else you want to talk about, Sidekick Duck? Yeah, I want to talk about... What? We already talked about Trump cutting off Spain. I don't want anything to do with them. Oh my God. I'm sorry, Spain. I hope you accept my apology. So here's something. Okay, I'm not looking at my notes, so this is going to be kind of out there. There is a couple of Republicans, bipartisan. I think it was, who is it? Mike Lawler of New York, Republican, and Josh Gottheimer of New Jersey, a Democrat, are urging 4 federal agencies to address the potential election integrity threats posed by AI. And I just stopped because I just read that Trump fired all of the election 4-panel board or something. Oh, it's just going to get crazy. It is crazy. But I was thinking, if AI, if they're looking into false reports from AI, and when you get an AI something, you go, oh, is this true or is this not? Double check your facts. I mean, you can go to snoops.com, you can go to other places, but this time is really telling us that we need to check our facts. We need to have our own discernment. We can't rely on what the news is giving us. The only person you can rely on is Psychic Duck. But, so we really have to check things out. So Mike Lawler and this New Jersey guy, come on, Danny, get your phone together. This New Jersey guy, Gottheimer, they're going to be looking into AI and saying, how do we make sure this is true? So where I want to go is, will AI let us know that the 2024 election was hijacked by Elon Musk? I'm not really going to go there because I know it's true, but will AI reveal that and then they'll just hide it? 3 cards. Will the AI, as they're looking into this, and this goes back to that new earth, to our new political way, where there is going to be truth in what news outlets have to report. And let's look at that next. Are we going to get to a place where news is prohibited from making money? Okay, let's just look. Is AI going to let us know that Ms. Harris won? Can you imagine what she will feel like when it comes out to the news as credible news that she actually won? Can you imagine what she would feel like? Not that she would go, yeah, I want to get back into the game. I don't know. Let's see. Ooh. First card I get, the Steel, 7 of Swords. This deck, the image is not so much the Steel, but the 7 of Swords is sneaking into camp. Thank you. Sneaking into camp, taking some defenses, and leaving a few. So this is what they did. They took the votes. They left a couple. So, I mean, they just didn't all give them to Pumpkinhead. That's the Steel. Second card is the 7 of Cups, the illusion delusion, creating confusion, full illumination, the sun. Yeah. Yeah. AI, if they dig into this enough, and if they allow this process to proceed, they're going to see the election was stolen. They created a lot of confusion, but we will get full illumination. Awesome. Yay, yay, yay. So let's the other thing I wanted to look at in my ramble that I'm doing. Hey, Diana's here. Hello, Diana. Good to see you. Okay. We have a trade surplus with Spain. Oh, and he's trying to do his damn tariffs again. Going about it a different way. And I don't know about you, but whenever I get in front of a judge, not Piro, not a judge, not a lawyer, not a lawyer, not a lawyer. That was a bit of trivia from an old TV show. Anyway, see if anybody gets that one. Kamala met with Mandani, unleashed from corporate Dems. That's okay. We're gonna go there. I'm just gonna kick this. I'm just gonna star it, so maybe I can go back to that again, because I want to look at the corporate Dems versus the progressive Dems. But let me get into this one ramble question that I have. The next Democratic president, if the Dems can get their act together, which is the next question, and if we come together on this, because there's a lot of fighting back and forth within our party that is, to a certain extent, it's healthy, but then when it's time to vote, even if it's not your guy, gal, what are you going to do? Vote for an independent, vote for someone that is not going to get the main Democrat elected if they're leading. We just need to get sanity back into our politics. And the Republican Party is not sane anymore. I mean, it's like, Somebody did talk about the runaway deficit, and they are talking about it. Two Republicans are, and I'm like, well, yeah, two? I thought that was the whole thing that you were guys running. Anyway, is the next Democratic president, are they going to stay in the White House? Or are they just going to go, can we stay down at the Motel 6 down the road? You know what I would do? I would park my van outside. I'd sleep in the van. Have security. Stripes. They had that GMC van that was all set up as a Bill Murray and John Candy. Oh my gosh. What was your favorite John Candy movie? He was so funny. All right. Will the next president stay in the White House? I was shuffling. I got the sun. Illumination. That's good. That's for the next president. I got the devil. So we all know who is tied to this card. It's Pumpkinhead, right? This is the Kamala energy, the light, the playfulness, the hope. Final outcome, the Eight of Wands. So this is something coming fast, but look at the worms. This is just such a mixed bag. It's like, oh, do I have to stay here? Is there enough sage? What would you do? Would you use sage? Would you use Florida water? Different than Florida swampy water? Would you use... I read about this other thing. I signed up for this after I went to Hopi Land. I was doing some research on some material, and I tapped into this, I don't know what it is, but they keep sending me PDFs on shamanism, on the Hopis, and every day I get another PDF, and they're trying to get me to subscribe. And I'll read some of these PDFs, and they are scientific, they're deeply researched, and it goes way over my head. And so I'm hesitant in signing up for it because I only read like a sentence or two, and they keep sending them to me. But they were talking about some Mayan Andean cleanser that's a rock or a sap type thing. Do you guys know what it is? Oil painter might. Anyway, I'm going to keep going with this. I think they are going to have to stay in there, but it's going to be like, let's clean this up. Yeah. It's going to cost a lot of money to clean up, but look, they're going to be okay in there, but it's going to take a lot of money to clean this up. It's like, isn't there better things to spend your money on besides fixing door dings and pillars and stuff? Oh, Florida's water. Sage Clorox disinfectant. Okay. The other thing that I wanted to look at, I have one thing starred. Corporate Dems. Corporate Dems. So I was really, I saw Plattner I listened to him on a podcast when I was driving with Jon Stewart. Jon Stewart had this, just this, the interview was really, really good. And I really like what Plattner was saying. This is the first I heard of him. I didn't know anything about him. And I'm going, we need more progressives in Congress. We need to get the APAC Dems out, the corporate money out. And I thought that this was another good push to do that. Mondani is another great example of doing that. So as the pendulum swings back and forth, is it going to swing too far to the progressives? Is that such a thing? I mean, is that can it go too far? And going too far meaning that we lose the Democratic seat. Because I don't think it can go too well. I'll just hold off on that because I really haven't dropped into that and thought of that thing. That PDF thing is a scam, what I heard. Yes, I hear voices. Shh, don't tell people. Well, it depends on the PDF thing that you're talking about. So, I don't know if it's a scam or not. Let me see. I'm going to pull it up so you guys can. No, I'm not. It's too hard. Sorry. It's too hard. I don't think. PDF, where are you? Where are you, PDF? I'm now looking. If I can't find it in 2 seconds, I'm done. Can't find it. Okay. So, never mind. Is it possible that our progressive candidates that we have, is it possible that it can go too far and we can lose congressional seats? Are the progressives that we are putting in there going to go too far that we lose congressional seats? Just going to do 6. 6 of Swords. Moving on to calmer waters. Moving on from, it's this sword energy. Oof. Yeah, I think we can. But the base of the reading is the light, is the good things, but it's being challenged by this 10 of Swords being stuck. So we have the 9 of Pentacles. This is like my Golden Palace card. It's money in the past that is only lit. This is corporate dem money. Listen to what I'm going to give you. Listen to my issues. Listen to the drug companies, to APAC. At the top of the reading, we have the Queen of Pentacles. So we have the 9 of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles. The 9 of Pentacles is in her garden, is in her golden tower. What about the Queen of Pentacles? Isn't she in a lap of luxury? Yeah, but it's a little different. She knows how to make money and spend money. She knows how to manage those finances. When I pulled this was more of people money, small donors. 8 of Cups, walking away from sorrow. And I like that it's purple. Are we going to lose seats because it's too progressive? And I saw someone in the chat say vote blue no matter who. we get the World card, the Page of Swords, Eight of Swords, and the Two of Swords. It's at a crossroads. And then we get the new beginning with the Ace of Pentacles. And looking at things from a different point of view, the Hanged Man. This goes back to, for me, I think that we're going to be okay because we get this Four of Wands energy that is going to, we're going to start looking at things from a different point of view. And the Four of Wands is the White House-ish energy, Congress. So it's good, but we got to make sure that we're putting the right people in and keep them to account. So, right, be involved. One of the things that we're learning is that we need to be involved in our democracy. We just can't let it go. We just can't go put it on autopilot. We have to be involved. So, if you have a really progressive candidate out there, talk to them. Hey, talk to them. All right. What else? Where are we time-wise? Oh, 4 minutes. Okay. I will put that PDF thing in my community post, so you can look at that if you want. Because I don't know if it's a scam because it's just research papers from all sorts of different places, from all different timelines, and different languages. So anyway, all right. So let me look at my email and see if there's something that I should really read on. Okay, so let's go into Earth surprises. I want to recommit to getting your supplies in order, getting my supplies in order for an emergency. So don't let your gas tank go low. Keep it, if you can, right? Think of your gas tank is empty at a half a tank, even maybe 3/4 of a tank. Just keep it filled. Water filters. Check your water filter. There's even though I don't like using the plastic ones, they have these some pretty good plastic water filters. I prefer the stainless steel ones. I prefer the charcoal black filters. But anyway, solar powered stuff. Check that as much as you can. Okay, so let's not forget, with all these distractions, the Epstein files. Trump is trying to stop the AG in New Mexico from investigating the Zorro Ranch. Todd Blanche, I think, yeah, is going in for the Senate confirmation. And I'm not going to read on it because it doesn't matter. He could stay in there as acting to the end of Trump's term. That's what I read before I got on here. So whether that's true or not, who knows? But they're always working around ways to skirt the law and the intent of the law. One good thing, I think, is Bill Pulte is out and Jay is back in for the head of Office of DNI. So Whether you think this is good or bad, let's just look at FISA, and that is the surveillance program that is sitting on the in Congress. Also, the housing thing, that it was a bipartisan bill that is now sitting on Trump's desk. It has till, I think, tonight to be signed, or it's going to be put into law. And who knows if that is good. I just see people moving around. One of the provisions was reduce the restrictions so that you can build more, and keep corporations from buying them all up, so that you have a corporate unit that is renting to all the people. It's kind of like corporate prisons. Like, oy, oy, oy. That's got to stop too. And ICE is back in the news. It never left, but it just hurts my heart to hear about ICE. It hurts my heart to hear about Epstein. And so, I want to go hide in my golden palace. I want to go heal the ouch. So if we have to, we do that. So let's just look at FISA. That is that is Section 702, which permits warrantless surveillance of foreign targets that incidentally sweeps in American communications. Americans' communications. And when that first came out, I wasn't for it. But now we have a lot of operatives. I don't know. Is 3 cards. Is FISA going to pass? I feel yes, it is. I can just leave it like this. Yeah, it's the fool. Yeah, it's going to go on a new journey. It's foolish. It's there. It's going to move forward. We get the Hermit. I think they're going to start looking at maybe reviewing it a little bit. And there's people against it, the 5 of Wands. But in this deck, they are coming together. The 2 Wands above, it feels like that's the 2 of Wands. Some information that's going to be coming together, like over. It has a 2 of Wands energy to it. But there's other hidden wands down here that you can't see really, really well. But yeah, I think it's going to pass. And I do think that they're going to maybe tweak it just a little bit. Did the SAVE Act pass? That didn't pass, did it? So, Annie? Hello, Annie. Good to see you. Good to see you. The SAVE Act. Foggy. The SAVE Act didn't pass yet, did it? Say no. Say no. Okay. 103. I mean, the thing that keeps me positive is that the lower courts are still doing their job. Still taking way too long. Way too long. Buffy, thank you. I think that was to the SAVE Act. Yeah. But, Pumpkinhead is going to do everything he can to manipulate the midterms. It's important for us to go out there to support each other. Talk to your neighbors as much as you can without getting into a big fight of what you want. There's a lot of MAGA talking points that you can talk about that they're pissed off about. The war in Iran, the Epstein files, keeping food affordable, I had a friend of mine works for FEMA, and he's been working for FEMA for a long time, since the Florida hurricanes, where they got hit 3 times. 3 different hurricanes went over the same thing. So he and I found ourselves in Florida knocking on doors, passing out 1-800 numbers for FEMA. A lot of waste in FEMA, no doubt about it. And he stayed with it. And now he's finding out that a lot of FEMA got cut, and a lot of his perks are now gone. So, but they're still like going, oh yeah, it needs to be cut. I go, the whole thing? USAID? Does that whole thing need to be cut? No. Anyway, I'm rambling. That's me. I'm rambling. Ooh, Marine. Okay, so her stomach has been acting up. So that could be start of, this parasite that's being out there. And RFK Jr. doesn't care. I mean, he's going, parasites? They're fine. As a matter of fact, I have one in here right now. But we're being affected by all of this energy from the sun, by the solar flares, by the stars, by the ascension process and rolls of getting into a higher vibration frequency. And it is throwing our physical space a little wonky. My stomach as well. I mean, I'm like, I'm not a vegetarian, although I think I might be turning that way. Because if I eat a little bit of meat, I am not well with it at all. It's like, ooh, this isn't good. And I'm from Missouri. I'm a hillbilly. That's what we ate. So, but anyway, it's changing. Cleaning house. Getting out of my golden palace, healing the ouch. Okay, I don't know where I am. I was going to say I had something to read before that. The intense battle brewing over the top Republican. They're both running to convince their Republican Congress that they'd be the best messenger on ballooning the national debt. They're not. Nobody is talking about it. Trump's plane, $400 million plane, his reflection pool that he gets to play go-kart bumper cars on. What the hell? Psychic Duck, help me out here. I'm flailing. What do you want me to read on? Starstream Oracle. Starstream Oracle deck. All right. This one normally, so thank you, Psychic Duck, for throwing this out, because a lot of times when I use this deck, I have to go to the book because they're talking about things I don't understand. Like this one that fell out, Zalimaxis in Lalomita Cave. Zalimaxis in Lalomita Cave. So I just look at the pretty pictures. The guide words here are, you are immortal, make your decisions carefully. So when I tap into that energy, as we make decisions now, that decision is going to stay with us to future lives, and we probably made that decision in past lives, since time is a bubble, since time is it's a sphere. This says that we are co-creating our reality. So pay attention to what we're creating. And I keep thinking, did we create this? Did we create this craziness? Ooh, Maureen. Maureen has saltine crackers and ginger ale. That is, I hope it's Canadian dry. Canada Dry ginger ale. We got to support them because we want to take over them. Pumpkinhead does in Greenland again. Ay, ay, ay. Ay, ay, ay. Anyway, we need to create our own reality. Are we creating this reality? Yes, so we can change this process so that we can become a more unified world. That's where we're going. So we need to get away from the divisiveness and create a unified world that we can live in. We're just looking at all of the divisiveness now. And I go back to my Galactic Heritage deck where they talk about Orion with their polarity. It's just deep, deep divisiveness. And from Orion, there came a group of people, raise your hands, a group of people who became Orion Light. And that was the Christ consciousness, the Buddha consciousness, the unified consciousness that everything we do affects everybody else on the planet. And that Orion Light consciousness came really fast into that Orion energy. And it changed. It changed Orion. All right. The other thing I could read on, are we really going to split between higher and lower consciousness and have like a divide like that? I won't do that now. That's a long one. Well, speaking of, so the card that I shuffled in, that Psychic Duck wanted me to look at, and I'm talking about two different consciousnesses splitting. Should I? I get the Hopi prophecy. And this is disconnect, go underground for a while. So when I think about this Hopi prophecy, and there was a Hopi prophecy rock at I can't pronounce the word, Oribi. And the Hopi prophecy rock shows two different paths that you can go on. And when I went there and I had a tour with a Hopi priest, it just happened. We went to go look at petroglyphs, and there would be a guide giving a petroglyphic tour. I just made that word up. And I happened to get a Hopi priest. And he was surprised that I was not asking about the Hopi prophecy rock. And I told him, I said, well, if you wanted to share it, you would have, because he was pretty open, pretty closed, pretty open, pretty closed. It was interesting. So this is where I'm getting the PDFs from, because it was all about Hopi prophecies, different Hopi books that were written, prophecy books. And so I just started reading a lot of that. And some of them I believed, some of them I didn't believe. And one of the things that they talk about in Hopi lore, the history of the Hopi, whether this is true or not, I'm not saying. I'm a white guy talking about the Hopis. I don't know. No, I am white. Look, is that during one of the endings of the world, the Hopis were befriended by the ant people. and they went underground. And the ant people taught them how to dry farm and how to manage their water, the limited resource water. And so they Hopi people lived underground for until it was okay to come back to the surface of the world. And when I read that for the first time, I'm thinking Lemuria. I'm thinking of Telos in the mountains of Shasta, where that the Lemurians, the higher energy beings, are underground in the mountain of Telos, of Mount Shasta, in the city of Telos. And, people go, well, that didn't happen. That does happen. And I go, well, tap in and tell me. And so this higher dimensionality that we are in, that we are shifting towards, that will always give, that will make us drink Canada Dry ginger ale and saltine crackers. But, do make sure that you may want to go to a doctor and get checked out. Although this is the other thing that's shifting. Where do you go to doctors that really help? A lot of it's nurse practitioners, which really get us there. Medical intuitives, dropping in, doing, there are trance healing sessions. I drop into a healing dome session for healing, and we let spirit do it. But anyway, dropping into these two different worlds. But what Psychic Duck wanted us to know was it's okay to heal the ouch. It's okay to drop into silence and be okay. This madness that we're in right now is going to be healed. There are warriors, 3D warriors out there, the Jamie Raskins, the Sheldon Whitehouses, that are out there that are picking up the mantle, that are doing such a great job. And one thing, going back to listening to Heather Cox Richardson, they said, oh, you should run for Maine Senate. She goes, no, that is not my skill set right now. And she talked about how she couldn't do that she goes, I may run for office, but it won't be for Senate right away. It'll be in local, so I could build up the skill set to run as a senator, because a senator is a big deal. Well, it should be a big deal. And so it's important to recognize what our skill set is and where we are in the process. And right now, in the process, what Psychic Duck is saying, we are co-creating this universe, but it's okay to drop underground, to heal ourselves, to figure out where we want to go. Because if we're just listening to the news, I'm ranting and a rambling. If we're just listening to the news, we are co-creating that news. We are amplifying it. But if we co-create our positive vibe and what we want to see happen with people, all sorts, all sizes, all colors, all genders, all twin spirits jumping together on the web of creation, then we need to spend some time underground where we can create that without the outside noise of going, you're allowing them in? You're allowing the duck into the web of creation? Oh, you're damn right I am. All right, everybody. I think that's it. I think I'm done. Stick a fork in me. I keep saying that. A friend of mine used to say that all the time. Stick a fork in me. I'm done. Okay. Tambalon. What the hell is that, Diana? Tambalon. Okay. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for being here. I think I'm going to try to do this live. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it, to tell you the truth. I need to go underground a little bit and think if I should keep doing Friday lives or I don't know. Anyway, there's a lot of live shows coming up. The Archangel channel, she has her live coming up. Lori, The Way of Positive Change, has her live, I think, coming up. So, anyway, lots. Oh, Lisa. I think Lisa is live too. I jump on her channel and cause havoc. All right. Hey, good to see everybody here. Please stay alive on Friday. Please stay. Well, I hope I'll stay alive. I don't want to. Hi, I'm going live on Friday to die. That would be horrible. That's not right. And I go on in the morning and in the afternoon on the East Coast. And so it's not cocktail hour, which is probably a really good thing. All right, you guys. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Peace and love.